As the fire crackled low and the night grew quiet, an old storyteller began to speak. "People often ask," he said, "who is the greatest man of God in the Bible?" He smiled, because he knew the answer was not simple. He told of Abraham, a man who looked up at a sky filled with stars and believed God's promise even when his life felt empty. Abraham walked forward without a map, trusting a voice only his heart could hear. His greatness was not in strength, but in faith. Then the storyteller spoke of Moses, once a frightened baby hidden in a basket, later a hesitant leader who stuttered and doubted himself. Yet God took Moses by the hand and led him before kings and through seas that split open. Moses did not think himself great, but God used his obedience to free a nation. Next came David, a shepherd boy with dusty feet and a harp in his hands. While others saw a child, God saw a king. David stumbled, failed, and wept bitter tears, yet he always ran back to God. His greatness was not perfection, but a heart that repented and loved deeply. The storyteller lowered his voice when he spoke of Elijah, a man who stood alone on a mountain, facing hundreds who mocked God. Fire fell from heaven, yet later Elijah hid in fear and exhaustion. God met him not in the fire, but in a gentle whisper, showing that even the strongest servants need God's quiet care. Then came Paul, once a man filled with anger and pride, who hunted believers. One moment with Jesus on a dusty road changed everything. Paul's life became proof that no past is too broken for God to redeem. Finally, the storyteller paused. "And then there is Jesus," he said softly. He healed the sick, welcomed children, washed dirty feet, and carried a cross he did not deserve. He showed that true greatness kneels, serves, and loves, even unto death. The fire burned low as the lesson settled in. The Bible, the storyteller concluded, does not point to one great man of God. It points to a great God who uses willing hearts. And perhaps the greatest lesson of all is this: God still writes stories with ordinary people today.